Hey, fifth grade. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well. This is Mr. McAuliffe coming to you once again from your classroom here at St. Margaret's. And just like last week, it's awful quiet without you guys here. But I'm here to read you a story again this week, like I've been doing the last several weeks. Last week, I hope you remembered, that last week was National Teacher Appreciation Week, a time that we set aside to honor our teachers and let them know how much we appreciate them and show them our gratitude for everything that they do for us, particularly now during our online and remote learning. Certainly it's a time that we should reach out and let our teachers know how much we appreciate them. So in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week last week, I'm going to read a book about teachers, and this one happens to be about your teacher, Mrs. Gentili. And the title of this book is The Teacher from the Black Lagoon. Written by Mike Thaler, pictures by Jared Lee. So Jared Lee was the illustrator, right? The Teacher from the Black Lagoon. It's the first day of school. I wonder who my teacher will be. I hear that Mr. Smith has dandruff and warts. And Mrs. Jones, why, she has a whip and a wig. But Mrs. Gentili is supposed to be a real monster. Let's see who I have. Oh my. I have Mrs. Gentili, fifth grade, room 109. What a bummer. I walk in and I sit at my desk. I fold my hands and close my eyes. Oh my gosh, I am so frightened. Then, suddenly, a shadow appears at the door. The door slowly opens. And in slithers Mrs. Gentili. She's really green. And she has a very long tail. She scratches her name on the chalkboard with her claws. Just then, Freddie Jones throws a spitball. Mrs. Gentili curls her lip and breathes fire at Freddie. Freddie's gone. There's just a simple little pile of ashes on his desk where Freddie once sat. Oh, whoa! Talk about bad breath, giggles Eric Porter. Mrs. Gentili slithers over, unscrews Eric's head from its body, and puts it on the globe stand. Oh my goodness, I bet she gives homework the very first day of school. Your homework for today, grins Mrs. Gentili, smoke rising from her nostrils, is pages 1 to 2,000 in your math book. All the fraction problems. Yeah, Mrs. Gentili, we've never learned about fractions, shouts Derek Bloom from the back of the room. Come up here, Derek. Mrs. Gentili beckons with her claw. Derek gets up, slowly walks up to her desk, and stands beside her. This, boys and girls, is a whole boy, Mrs. Gentili smirks. Then she takes a big bite of Derek. And this is a half boy. There, now you've learned fractions. Just then Doris Foodle cracked her gum. Mrs. Gentili swallowed Doris in one gulp. No chewing gum in class. She smiles. Just then, Mr. McAuliffe, the principal, stuck his head in Keep up the good work, Mrs. Gentili, he nods as he closes the door. I wish I could be sent to the principal's office. Let's take attendance, cackles Mrs. Gentili. Freddie Jones, we know, is absent. Derek Bloom, well, he's half here. Eric Porter, well, he's here and there. And Doris Foodle, she's still digesting. What about spelling, shouts Randy Potts. Spelling can be fun, beams Mrs. Gentili, wiggling her fingers at him. Abracadabra-kazam! Yeah, that's kind of tough to spell, said Randy. Suddenly there's a flash of light and a puff of smoke, and Randy is now a frog. Just then Penny Weber raises her hand. Yeah, Mrs. Gentili, can I go to the nurse? She whines. What's wrong? Asks Miss Gentili. I have a huge headache. Mrs. Gentili wriggled her fingers again. There was another flash of light, and suddenly Penny's head is the size of a pin. Better? Asked Mrs. Gentili. Now it's nap time. Everyone who still has one, put your head on your desk. Oh my goodness. I hope I make it to recess. Sweet dreams, cackles Mrs. Gentili as I close my eyes. Suddenly the bell rings and I wake up. There is a nice, wonderful woman writing her name on the blackboard. She has real skin and no tail at all. Hello, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Gentili, your teacher. She smiles. I jump out of my chair and I run up to the front of the room and hug her. Well, thank you, she says. I am certainly glad to be here. Oh, not as glad as I am. The end. I hope you enjoyed that funny story about teachers. Again, in commemoration of Teacher Appreciation Week. Boys and girls, I miss you and can't wait until we are all back here at St. Margaret's together. Please remember to continue to do your schoolwork. Even though we're not in school, doesn't mean that we're not in school. And Mrs. Gentili needs to know how you are doing and whether or not you're understanding the work that she is assigning. So please make sure that you do that and get that back to her. In the meantime, boys and girls, I encourage you to be safe, be healthy, and be strong. Have a wonderful day, 5th grade. And until next week, bye-bye.